So welcome friends, and I would like to tell you, speak on today. My topic for you is to the relationship between the pharmacy with the chemistry. This topic is very important, and we call it the linking between the subject of the pharmacy and the chemistry. I will go through the history, and also I'll go through the exact things that is required for our homeopathic system of medicines. So friends, this is the relationship with the of pharmacy with the chemistry. I think you may be aware about this word apothecary. See, in ancient time, there was no pharmacy word. The word was only apothecary. It is a historical name for the medical professionals who formulate and dispense materia medica to the physicians, surgeons, and the patients. There were in olden time, there were the medical professionals, there were the people who were making the medicines themselves and who are preparing the have the materia medica also, and they were delivering the patient, delivering the medicines to the patient, to the physicians, to the surgeon, and whoever who requires. So now the role of role served by a pharmacist. It is the role, now this role has been changed and the name has been changed. We call them the pharmacist or the pharmacist. So this is important things that you should keep in mind, that the role now served as a pharmacist or a chemist or dispensing chemist. So basically, pharmacy is related to the topic of the chemistry. So that's why I wanted to tell you about the chemistry. Uh, then how does the knowledge of chemistry helps the pharmacy? Let me tell you that the most obvious is that pharmacy is dealing with the chemicals. It is pure chemistry, and the study is related to how the chemical interact with the living beings. Okay, and chemistry, chemical, we are our. You know that our body is constituted, and several type of the chemistry is there within our body. So how we are, the food we are taking, the nutrients we are taking, the medicines we are taking, everything is composed with the chemistry. So it is important that we should know the relationship between the chemistry, the pharmacy, and our life itself, and to know what medicines are made of and how they interact with each other. Now, for every medicines there are the chemistry. There is the chemical environment like the Nux vomica, belladonna, whatever medicines, there are some main components as well as the associated components. So many chemical things are there. And if we know the chemistry of those substance, it may be able to find out its applicability in the different part or in a particular part of the body. So we have to be aware about the chemistry also. So to know the potential side effects of a patient may incur during the specific medications or a combination of medicines. Now suppose you give a medicine to a patient, what will happen? It will act positively or negatively. Sometimes it medicines reacts. So you must know what type of the chemistry, what other chemistry, that chemical substance that I should give so that it can be antidoted. So for this it is important that we have to know the side effects of the medicines that is going to happen. And for every medicines there are, whether it is homeopathic medicines or allopathic medicines, our medicines are very diluted and very potentized, and it don't have any people used to say they don't have a side effect. But if you can think about the dynamic plane, if it is working dynamically, it may have the side effect of the dynamic nature also. So we should not think like as the homeopathic medicines have got no side effects. Definitely there will be a side effect. Then also we require to have the correct dosage. What type of the dosage we have to give, how much amount, how much medicines we have to give. And in homeopathy what we do, we select the potency, 30 potency, 200 potency, what potency is going to act on the body. It is important thing that we have to understand about. So what is chemistry? Chemistry is the science of matter. that deals with the composition, structure and property of substances and with that transformation that they undergo. So it is a property, substance and transformation that undergo. This is important things we learn from the chemistry. Now medical chemistry means it is a pharmaceutical chemistry. Medical chemistry means pharmaceutical chemistry. Chemistry is a discipline at intersection of the chemistry, pharmacology and biology, involved with designing, synthesizing and developing pharmaceutical drugs. After all, we have to develop a drug, we have to get medicines, and for that medicines we have to depend on the place from where we procure, and then we have to process it. We have to find it out whether and how far it is going to be effective and how much harmful they are. So even for, and it is applicable for every system of the medicines, not only homeopathy. For every system of the medicines, not only homeopathy. Now, medicinal chemistry is a highly interdisciplinary science, combining organic chemistry, biochemistry, computational chemistry, pharmacology, pharmacogenesis, molecular biology, statistics, and physical chemistry. So this is a combination of medical chemistry means it is a combination of the so many chemistry, organic chemistry, biochemistry, computations is there, pharmacology is there, molecular biology is there, statistics and the physical chemistry. So it is a combination. Medical chemistry doesn't have, it is not dependent on one aspect, it has several aspects that is there. So it is a complex chemistry. Medicinal chemistry is a complex chemistry where we have to procure, we have to understand, we have to find it out. This is the important phenomena for us. And steps in drug discovery. Now there are important things for the discovery. Every medicine that is discovered, it has got a good history. And the history is related to the biological and physiochemical property. Its interactions with the biological and physiochemical property and modifications that can improve the recognitions and binding geometrics, pharmacophores of the candidate compound, their affinity and pharmacokinetics, or indeed their reactivity and stability toward the metabolic degradations. So friends, this is a chemistry, but chemistry of a special type, where we have the kinetic, where we have the potentiality, where we have the activity, chemistry which can act. Medicinal chemistry, pharmacy deals with those chemistry which can act, which has got the motion, which has got the visibility. It can move. It can move. This is important understanding. When it enters into your body, what it do? It gets on, it associated with the different part of the body, and it interact with that, and then it leaves the impact. So reactivity and reactions and actions are continued process that is there with the medical chemistry. Okay, so a study of chemistry requires intimate knowledge of the biological system affected. Now, when we think about the chemistry or related to the biochemistry or related to the pharmacy, what we have to know? We have to know the biological system, how the biological system can be affected. And what we are the biology. What means we have the life, and when we say the life, what we have? It is not only the physical body, it is also the mind, and it is also the spirit. So if life is a combination of the three, it has got the mind, it has got the body, and it has got the spirit. Spirit which is invisible, mind which is reflective, and body which is stable. Body is stable, it is static. You can see it. Mind, you can listen it. You can have a sensation of the mind. And what about the spirit? It is overall guiding factors. Overall guiding factors. So we have to understand this phenomena. Then also we have to know about the cell biology. What is a cell? What is a cell? Cell is what? Cell is simply, you have studied, you know the structure of the cell. It is a complete life. It has got the mind in the mitochondria. It has got the nucleus, and it has got every functions that is available in the different part of the body. It has got every functions. It includes every functions that is required for the life. So I'm there. How many cells are there? I cannot tell you because I have not counted, and it is infinite within myself, and all the constitutes combine together to produce a organic system in the body, organized system in the body. So our biology starts from the cell, it goes to the tissue, and it brings a life. This understanding we have to keep when we study the requirement of the chemistry, chemical substance at the different. Suppose your brain is there. What we are going to find out from the brain? What type of the chemistry should be there in the brain? There may be the more phosphorus so that brain can store more intelligence. What about the heart? The heart has to palpitate every time, every moment. So the tissue should be very fibrous. It should not break down easily. It has to continue fighting, moving and palpitating throughout the life. So it has to remain active without any rest. And lungs, it has to take something which it has to take from the outside, which may be infecting. And most of the problem that arises in our life is from the lungs and from your stomach only. Because you breathe, what type of the air you breathe, you don't know. Anna? Today we are breathing some coronavirus also. And we are eating something which is contaminated also. So it is the most affecting area are there, and what the stomach should be there, and what type of the chemistry should be there in the stomach, and what type of the chemistry should be there in the lungs. So we have, and these studies are included in the biochemistry and the pharmacology. So that's why I say the pharmacy is the linking factor of the biochemistry with the biophysics of the life. So chemistry is related to the pharmacy, outside the body and inside the body. It is outside the body, it is there, and inside the body. At both places you have the chemistry. But now we have to see what is the difference between the chemistry with outside the body and inside the body. This is quite amazing. The protein that you eat and the protein that is there in your body, the fat that you eat and the fat that is within your body, the carbohydrate that you have in your food and the carbohydrate that is there in your body. Inside, yes, inside the carbohydrate is activated carbohydrate. Protein is activated protein. Carbohydrate is activated. It is activated. So we say the kinetic. They are in the kinetic state, and outside they are in the potential state. They don't have any motion, but inside it is something active. Inside it is something different. So both are same, but outside and inside, there the environment gets changed and it becomes activated. It has to remain in action because life is called the motion. Life is always known as the motion. If you don't have the motion, what do you say? You are dead. No life is there. So life is a motion, and all the chemistry inside the body are in motion, and outside the body they are in static state. They are in dormant state and ready to get motivated or initiated inside the body. Now, there are important understanding in the history. Have you heard about De Materia Medica? It is the Dioscor's Materia Medica. It is the oldest and most valuable work in the history of pharmacology. Oldest and most valuable work in the history of pharmacology. Dioscor's Materia Medica was one of the few medical books to remain in circulation in the Western world during the Dark Age. Dioscor's wrote in his native language but collected herbs and animal remedies from many countries of the Near East and while serving in Neuro Army. He also served in the Dioscors, was a pharmacologist. He was a practitioner. He was a man, and he wrote. He is also regarded as the father of the Media Medica. In olden days, there was no separate subject of the Media Medica and the pharmacy. The apothecary, the person who is making the medicines, they were also dispensing the medicines. The same person was the doctor and same person was the pharmacist. So they have, and Dioscors was that type of the person. In our country also, we have so many so many baths are there who are not trained. They prepare the medicines in their home and they deliver the medicines to the patient. So directly they are making them. They are the pharmacist, and they are directly they are the practitioners. So Hippocrates to Harrison's. Now, Hippocrates to Harrison's via Hahnemann, Media Medica traveled toward the pharmacology with a break journey at homeopathy. Hippocrates to Harrison. Have you heard about the Harrison, the practice of medicines? And Hippocrates, the father of the medicines. And Hippocrates gave you the beautiful understanding about the medicines. And what Hahnemann gave. Hahnemann is called the in-between. So Hahnemann. So it is Media Medica traveled from the Hippocrates and to the modern pharmacology, and and in between we have the homeopathy. Homeopathic Media Medica, it consists is a holistic medicine which includes pure symptoms of the natural substance, mental, physical, and pathological. So what is Media Medica, homeopathic Media Medica? The Dioscors Media Medica, they are not pure because it is the collection of the clinical information, the symptoms that were produced on the diseased person. But what homeopathic Media Medica have? The homeopathic Media Medica have the natural meaning of the symptoms that produced on the healthy human beings. So this is the beauty of the homeopathic Media Medica. And pharmacology is a pure science of chemistry within or in the applied in the biology, applied in the pharmacy, pure science. So the medicines which started from the Hippocrates got divided into two parts. The one part remained as a homeopathic Media Medica, and other part became the pharmacology. So this is called now the allopathic physicians, they don't have the Media Medica or they don't have the pharmacy, they have the pharmacology. But in homeopathy, we have the both Media Medica and the pharmacy. So both are there. So homeopathic pharmacy has got the two dimensions. What? The pharmacy for the food substance, we getting prepared for the dynamizations. We collect the substance from outside, from the plant, from the animals, from minerals, so many sources, fruit substance. So we have to process them. Processing is done. And then we dynamize them. We dilute them into such a substance that not a molecule is there. Not a single molecule is present in any of the dynamic homeopathic medicines. So homeopathic pharmacy has got two dimensions. A dimensions where there are the material, a dimensions where there are no material. So material and homeopathic pharmacy can be regarded as a science of medicines which is the combination for the material and immaterial substances. Material and immaterial substances, or you can say the combinations for the material and the energy. Material and the energy, they are combined, re-studied in the homeopathic pharmacy. And chemical information is required for each medicinal substance. Drug belongs to various group of the sources are varied. In homeopathy, entire universal substance are the source of the drug. What are your sources of drug? You have studied that your animal kingdom, plant kingdom, then you have the mineral kingdom, then you have the some nosodes, then you have the sarcodes, and imponderabilia, beyond the nature also. Beyond the nature also, X-ray is your medicines, moon is your medicine, sun is your medicine, Everything is your medicines. Everything is your medicines. Why? Because we have converted, we feel that life is associated with everything. Our life is associated with everything. This is our understanding. That's why we have the different sources for the medicines. Chemistry is the science of matter and the changes it undergoes. And chemistry is more specialized, being concerned with composition, behavior or action, structure and property of matter, as well as the changes it undergoes during the chemical reactions. Changes during chemical reactions is involved during the dynamic changes also. What changes is there in the chemistry that goes into the dynamic plane also? So when you make a medicine, when you prepare a medicine at the physical level, and when you potentize them, it has got the dynamicity. It is increased in the material. In the mother tincture, there is no dynamicity. It is in the dormant stage. But when you potentize it, it becomes the dynamic. So chemistry gets diversified into gets disparted into the two dimensions: the material dimensions and the energy dimensions. So there are different natures of the chemical substances. We have the elements, metal, non-metals, and the acids. We have the organic compounds, minerals, tars, derivatives, and mineral springs. Then different states for each substances are there. We have the solid substance, liquid substance, gas substance, and the colloidal substance. So these are the different nature of the substances, and these are the different sources, status of the substances. So chemical properties contribute to production of specific changes in the nature of the substance. Each chemistry has got the specific property. Oxygen was in it has got its property. Hydrogen has got its property. They all have the property. There exists a hierarchical relationship between each element. And you know, being in the periodic table with the electron, number of electron on the in the outer circle, what happens? They have the capacity to react, interact, and become a compound. They live together, they get dissociated. And this is the relationship that is called between the each elements. You see the sea water, and you see the river water, and you see your tap water. Changes are there, but still they are the same. So you see this beautiful periodic table is there. You have studied in there, and you see how the relationship is there, how the elemental metal and element, they are getting changed in the dimensions. So elements, we have the different metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Metals are aluminum, argentum, cobaltum. These are the metals, and we have procured the medicines from these sources also. We have the non-metal substances, that is bromium, chlorine, iodium, selenium, phosphorus, and the sulfur. Then we have the metalloids like the arsenic, antimony. So they constitute our medicines also. So these are the elements: metal, non-metal, and the metalloids. And then what are the compounds? Compounds, we have the organic compound and inorganic compound. Or inorganic compound, we have the medicines like calcarea phos, calcarea fluor, calcarea sulf, ferrum phos, potassium bicarbonate, potassium carb, lithium carb, and so many magnesia. And organic compounds, amyl nitrate, our medicines, aminobenzene, our medicines, antipyrine, our medicines, benzol, camphor, chrysobium, eupium. All these are our medicines. So acid. Now what is acid? The acid is a substance that relates with the hydrogen protein. You see the formula that I have presented here: HCl, H plus Cl, HCl plus H2O, H2O plus Cl. A water molecule that has picked up the proton is called the hydronium ion. The word acid comes from the Latin word acidus. Acidus means sour or tart food. And we have lot of the acids. And all acids are our medicines. We have the nitric acid, we have the oxalic acid, we have the picric acid, we have the phosphoric acid. So many acids are there which we have prepared the medicines in our homeopathy. Then inorganic and inorganic compounds are there. Compounds are classified as inorganic substances and the organic compounds. Organic means which come now. In olden days, the organic compound was supposed to be not, which cannot be manufactured in the laboratory, and organic compounds means, inorganic means that can be manufactured. So in olden days it was divided like that. Inorganic means not able to, inorganic means able to be manufactured in the laboratory, and organic means not able to be. This was the earlier. Now the definitions have changed, understanding have changed. We have the all organic compounds, they compose, they have the carbon in their base. They have the carbon in the base, because every organic compound, the base substance is the carbon. So inorganic acids are there. This is your medicines: hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, phosphoric acid, sulfuric acid. All these are your medicines. Then organic acids, we have acetic acid, formic acid, citric acid. These are your medicines. So friends, we have been trying to study this subject, but this subject is very long, and it will take more time, and our time is getting over. So what I do, I stop here today, and we will start again in our next class with the subsequent rest of the slides. So I am stopping the slides now, so that we can take over the topic for the next class also. Okay.